down. And guys, you should be feeling the tension in your hamstrings and your butt. Hey guys, Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I got a great body weight only workout. So when it comes to working out, guys, it's always better to have equipment, and the more equipment, the better, all right? But sometimes you're in a pinch, all right? You don't have time, you're traveling, you know, maybe you're at a hotel or you're at a friend's place, you know, on a trip or something like that. You just don't have access to any equipment, but you still want to get a workout in, right? So today's workout is for you guys, all right? So I got 5 great exercises that you can do anywhere, 0 equipment needed. However, I'm going to give you actually 2 different variations on today's workout, okay? So it's going to be the same 5 exercises, but the way in which you perform them is going to change the focus of the workout. So let me just quickly explain before we get into it. So we can either do the workout in a method that focuses on body fat loss with a secondary emphasis on muscle growth, or we can focus on muscle growth with a secondary emphasis on fat loss, all right? And I'm gonna explain the 2 different techniques on how to do the workout in just a second. So but before I get there, I wanna mention 2 quick things. So guys, you know, you're watching this on our YouTube channel here, right? So we got this wonderful YouTube channel. And what I really want you guys to do as a favor to me and Gary and the rest of us at the company is help us out. Give us some likes, all right? So there's some symbols, not on the screen here, but on your screen. So hit the little like button, the little thumbs up button. That really helps our channel reach more people. And then also there's a share button. It looks like an arrow. Hit that arrow and it'll ask you who you want to share it with. So you're just going to type in the email addresses of some of your buddies. And then of course, subscribe, all right? Because we come out with, I think, 3 or 4 videos every single week, Gary and myself. So we're always giving you guys new information and new ideas about fitness and nutrition and stretching and avoiding injuries and just on and on and on. So we would really appreciate it if you guys help spread the good word about our channel. Okay, and then also, before I get into the workout itself, we also have another free resource. We have a fantastic Facebook group. All right, so guys, if you're not into the social media, I get it, no problem. But take advantage of free stuff that we give you, all right? So join the Facebook group, click the link below, all right? And, you know, we actually have to accept people. So it's just for men. We don't have any young kids in there. We don't have any women in there. It's all the guys that are, you know, your age and my age, right? And I'm the moderator. So I'm in that group every single day answering questions and posting fun, you know, little tidbits of information. But so are all the other thousands of men around the world. So take advantage of this free resources, guy. I promise it's the best fitness group on all of Facebook and you won't regret it. Okay, so remember 5 different exercises today. Each one focuses on different muscle groups in the body, all right? Still no equipment. This is just our body weight. But remember, I promised you I was going to give you 2 different ways to do this workout. So if you want to focus on just building muscle, okay, with a secondary emphasis on burning calories and fat, this is how I want you to do it. I want you to do each exercise one at a time. I want you to do 3 sets of each exercise and then move on to the next exercise. And you're going to rest in between each set. So this is more of a traditional muscle building style mentality, all right? So, and I'm going to explain that even more so when I get into the individual exercises. So remember, muscle growth emphasize, you stick with an individual exercise, you do a set, rest, do a set, rest, do a 3rd set, rest, then move on to the next exercise, repeat, all right? Now, for those of you guys watching who really would like to place more emphasis on body fat, all right, as opposed to just muscle growth, I want you to do this in a circuit style. So remember, 5 exercises. That means you do exercise number 1, and then immediately go to exercise number 2 with very little rest, and then immediately to exercise 3 with very little rest, 4, 5, and then at the end of all 5 exercises, that's considered 1 circuit, then you stop and take a 2-minute rest, all right? And then you repeat that for 2 more circuits for a total of 3 circuits. So Both workouts have you doing each exercise 3 times, but it's just the way and the order that we do them that will change the emphasis on muscle growth versus fat loss. So you guys get to pick, because some guys watching here, man, are all about losing weight. That is the key for them. And then other guys are in pretty good shape already, and they're just trying to figure out how to build the most muscle possible without any equipment, all right? So those are the 2 different mentalities for today's workout, but the 5 exercises are identical. All right, so remember, guys, this part of the video is I'm just gonna show you how to perform each of the 5 different exercises. You're gonna decide in what order you're gonna do them depending on your goals. All right, so exercise number 1 is a glute bridge. Now we can do them 2-legged or 1-legged, and depending on basically your fitness level, you can decide which way to go. So the 2-legged glute bridge is a little bit easier, okay? So all I'm gonna do is put my arms at the side, basically, you know, a nice stable position here. And all I'm gonna do is just basically push my pelvis up in the air as high as it'll go, and then slowly back down. And you can just barely touch. Don't rest your butt on the ground, because now you're taking all the weight off of your glutes, all right? So slowly push to the top, hold it for a 1-2 count, slowly back down, but don't touch. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, down. Now, because you're using both legs, all right, you guys should be able to do at least 15 of these, all right? If that's too easy, bump it up to about 20. Now, for guys that are in better shape who want to try this, do 1 leg at a time. So a 1-legged glute bridge is basically you start off with 1 leg up in the air, and then you just push up with your other leg and back down, push up, back down, push up. Switch it over, up, down, up, down. And guys, you should be feeling the tension in your hamstrings and your butt, i.e. your glutes. Great exercise, guys, but you have to do really good form and feel the squeeze in the muscles, because remember, you're only using your body weight. So for some of you guys, this is gonna feel really easy, but if you do it slow and control and really feel the squeeze at the top of the movement, you'll be able to feel the burn. Okay, so exercise number 2 is gonna focus on our chest, our shoulders, and our triceps. Now, what's the best exercise, body weight, to do that? Push-ups. So this is the little caveat I want you guys to try. I want you to try a nice, slow, controlled eccentric, okay, with an explosive concentric. Slow down, explode up. Slow down, explode up. Now, for some guys, especially guys that are, you know, carrying a lot of extra fat, a lot of extra weight that they don't want, push-ups are hard. So if I was carrying an extra 40 or 50 pounds of fat right now, man, that would kick my ass. So for you guys, let me give you a couple of variations, all right? On your knees, all right? So now it's gonna be a lot easier, but it's still slow down and then explode up, slow down, explode up. And if that's still too hard, do knees elevated. All right, so here we go. Slow down, explode, slow down, explode. All right, so the eccentric part would be the lowering of your body, and then the concentric part is when you're flexing your muscles. That would be, in the case of a push-up, that would be the pushing up movement. So several different ways to do this, guys. So you can vary the individual exercise according to your fitness level, but once again, depending on your overall goals, all right, if you're trying to do just muscle growth primarily, then you would do 3 sets of this with a minute rest in between all 3 sets before you move on to exercise number 3. Now for you guys that are trying to lose fat, remember you're doing each of these 5 exercises in a row with very little rest in between. And at the end of the 5 exercises, you get to catch your breath and rest for a couple minutes before you do the circuit all over again. Okay, so exercise number 3 is going to focus on our back, guys. It's called a snow angel. Once again, remember, no equipment required. All right, so here we go. All right, so basically, just like you were in the snow, but instead of on your back, we're going to be doing it on your stomach, which means to do the angel movement with our arms, we're going to have to arch our back. So basically, that's the hard part. You arch your back, and you bring your arms down and back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so guys, watching on, from the camera view right now, that might look really simple, like maybe too simple. But the harder you arch your back, the more contraction you're getting in all of your back muscles. And remember, there's like 17 different groups of muscles in your back. And so this is a pretty effective exercise. When we're talking about body weight only, we're really working a lot of different muscles in our back, including our rear delts. So this is getting lots of different muscle groups. And so if 10 to 12 reps is too easy, guys, you have to modify these workouts according to your fitness level. So remember, intensity and volume are important. So if that's too easy, just keep doing more reps, all right, until you really start to feel fatigued before you stop and move on to the next exercise. All right, so the 4th exercise is something called bench dips. Now, I could bring my bench out here and show you how to do it, but a lot of you guys don't have a bench, so you can do them on a coffee table, a couch, a chair. It really doesn't matter, just anything that will support your weight. And this is a great exercise for your triceps, your shoulders, and even your lower pecs. So this is a compound movement, believe it or not, that gets a lot of different muscles involved. All right, so here we go. Let's just do some bench dips, real straightforward, guys. Now, just like all the other exercises, okay, we're lifting our body weight. So if you're a kind of a thin, light guy, this will be much easier for you, and you might need to knock out 15 or so reps. Now, if you're a big, heavy guy, you're lifting a whole lot more weight, so this is going to be much harder. So you're going to have to, once again, for the number of reps, adjust. So for a big, heavy guy, you might be able to knock out only 6 or 7 reps, while you light guys might be able to do 15 or 20. But the goal is, guys, still the overall workout itself needs to be designed for the primary goal that you're trying to accomplish that we talked about at the very beginning of this video. So guys, either way, you need to adjust. And then some guys are gonna have bad shoulders, all right? So if you can't go all the way down, okay, just do partial reps, all right? You don't have to do a big range of motion, guys, because once again, you're lifting your entire body weight. And for a lot of guys, just little partial movements like that, or partial range of motion movements, will be plenty good to get a fantastic pump going in your tris and your shoulders. Okay, so our 5th and final exercise today is gonna focus on our core and our abs and our glutes. And I love exercises with fun names. Remember we did the snow angels earlier? That's a cool name. Bird dog crunches. Fantastic exercise name. All right, so here we go. Down on our hands and knees, and it's gonna take a little bit of practice at first, but you'll get the hang of it, all right? So a bird dog would be opposite arm and leg up in the air, all right? So that's just a normal bird dog, from side to side, alternating. But this is a bird dog with a crunch. So this is how I want you to do it. So we're gonna go bird dog, and then crunch, bird dog, and then crunch. Now that's kind of convoluted to go side to side, side to side. So let's just stick with one side at a time, and we'll do 10 on one side and then do 10 on the other diagonal. That's a much easier way to do it, and you won't be constantly falling back and forth. So stick with just one side at a time. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each rep, I'm trying to reach as high as I can with my arm, and I'm trying to push my leg out and back and up as high as I can with my foot, okay? The higher you go with your feet, the more you feel it in your butt, all right? So let's go the other side now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, woo. So if I was doing this with a more conventional muscle building goal, remember I would have done 3 sets of the first exercise with a little rest in between. And then I would have moved on to exercise number 2, the push-ups, and done 3 sets of those with a little rest in between each set, okay? And then on to 3 and exercise 4 and exercise 5. If instead I was doing this workout with a goal of burning as many calories as possible while at the same time building muscle, I would have done the first exercise, okay, the glute bridges, and without any rest, I would have gone to exercise number 2, the push-ups, and done those, and then immediately gone to exercise number 3, the snow angels, and then to the bench dips, number 4, and then finally to 5th, the bird dogs. And by the end of those 5 exercises with little rest in between, I would be gasping for breath, guys. You will be too, promise. That's when you stop, kind of rest and relax, catch your breath for probably a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, and then you start back over, okay? Because that would be considered one circuit that way. So it doesn't matter which style you guys pick. That's the beauty of today's workout is I got 5 bodyweight exercises, and depending on the style in which you perform the exercises, it's going to place different emphasis on different goals. And so remember, guys, these are great workouts. It didn't take what, but this much area, right? You could do this in your hotel room easily, and there was absolutely no way. And guys, if you're in pretty good shape, instead of just doing 3 sets or 3 circuits, bump it up to 4 or 5, okay? That'll really get your heart rate going and get you a much bigger pump. And guys, when it all comes down to it, you got to stick with it and never give up on yourself.